Now, for today's archive clip, we are heading back to 2001. Former Manchester United and Scotland defender Arthur Albiston is your host, who takes a call from Keith, the Scotland fan, about the Tartan Army's goalkeeping problem.
I'm phoning, about Craig Brown's selection for the Scotland squad.
Yep.
He must know that Hearts have got a good team. We get Colin Cameron in the squad, Stephen Presley.
Yep.
I just don't know why for at least 3 seasons he's been ignoring Antti Niemi.
Antti Niemi?
Aye, I don't know why he doesn't get a game.
For Scotland?
Aye.
He's from Finland.
He's what?
He's Finnish, isn't he?
He's not finished. He's only 28.
No, not finished. He's from Finland.
What do you mean?
That's where his nationality is Finnish. He's from Finland.
He's not Scottish?
No.
Oh, I thought he was Scottish.
Stay tuned to talkSPORT all this week for more moments like that from the archive, and to hear even more of the best bits from talkSPORT from the past 25 years. Check out the talkSPORT Gold podcast channel, available wherever you get your podcasts. But now I am delighted to say we are joined this morning by the man himself, former Southampton and Fulham goalkeeper, and he's certainly not finished, Antti Niemi. Morning to you, Antti.
Good morning, Antti. How are you?
Good morning, I'm fine. How are you guys?
Yeah, really good.
We're a good form, mate.
So nice to see you.
Oh, Antti, I was just saying, it's a long time.
Yeah.
Do you know something, mate? It's. I know. I'm terrified to tell you. It's nearly 30 years, mate.
Whoa.
30 years. Can't believe it.
Absolutely. I think we did some TV show together when I was at Southampton.
That's
remember?
right. That's correct.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah,
it's scary.
For sure. But you're looking well, which is great. You're looking really well, mate. I can see you there.
So, Antti, when were you first made aware of that clip, and how many times have you heard it since then?
I can't remember. Probably as soon as it came out, probably same evening or morning. I don't know. But since then, it seems like every year at some point I get loads of messages in few hours, because this clip comes out somewhere, I don't know, in social media or something, and then 100 people sending me messages like, "Oh, this is funny. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?" And I'm always like, "Yeah, I've seen it millions of times and heard it millions of times." So,
Antti, I'm afraid it's one of these things, mate, because we think it's one of the funniest, but we're best part of 25 years we're celebrating, and to your eternal credit, it's one of the funniest things that we've had on the show, and we keep playing it just because it is amusing. I'm hoping you still find it amusing, or does it get in your nerves now to a certain degree?
No, I don't mind. I think it's hilarious. It's funny. It's funny. But I tell you a story. I actually went to a Hearts game a few years ago. Must be 5-6 years ago. And I was in one of those lounges. Gary Locke was looking after me, and I was in those lounges, like giving out interview, like talking to the fans and the sponsors, and a guy came up to me. He pulled me and said, "Listen, have you heard about this phone call? And I was like, "Hey, here we go again. Yeah, I've heard about it. What about it?" He's like, "Listen, it's my dearest friend who made that phone call." I was like, "Oh, really?" Yeah. He's really sorry about it. I said, "Why?" It's funny. It's good. I don't mind. I said, "Listen, is there any chance that you would speak to this guy?" And he took his mobile phone. I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And it was kind of weird feeling, because I recognized the voice immediately. It was like, Hi,
very good.
Whatever. Yeah. And I was like, tell me about it. And apparently he did it like after, I think he had a few beers and he wanted to be funny. And he was kind of like a prank call, but he was counting on that the host will see through it. Like, he will realize that, oh, come on, you're making, it's not funny, Yeah. But after a few minutes, he was like, he realized that the host is totally buying it, and he's not realizing that this is a joke, so you have to act it through like all the way. But he was good. I said, "Don't worry, it's all good."
Oh, it was absolutely brilliant. I don't know how much you keep in touch with your old clubs, Antti, but I mean, Hearts having a proper struggle this season.
Yeah. Obviously, like any other ex-player, I always look, for some reason, the results on Saturday or Sunday or Monday, whatever, when they're playing. All of my clubs, like Rangers, I'm following, like, Hearts, Fulham, Southampton. I think it's totally normal that we do that. And like you said, Hearts, it's been a tough season, and nobody could see that coming. So obviously, I'm rooting for them and hoping that they will climb the table very, very soon.
What about the moment, Antti? Tell us what you're up to at the moment. You're still coaching?
Yeah, I've been with the Finnish national team for last 13 years.
Yeah.
And but now we are changing the head coach, first time in 8 years. And any day now we will hear who's going to be the next head coach, and obviously it depends who's going to be, and he can pick his stuff, and then we'll see what happens.
What's your national team like at the moment, Antti? What's your quality like?
Bit of in a transition, like some of the bigger players, like someone like, for example, Teemu Pukki. He's not a young boy anymore.
Yeah.
You know, he's coming closer to the end of his career, so it's a bit of a time for. I'm guessing here. I predict that we, in many ways, both in staff and the playing staff, there will be some changes in the next 12 months. So, but that's normal. That's natural. It happens in every team.
Antti, look, thank you very much indeed
Brilliant
for joining us. Antti, just for today, you really are finished. Okay.
Yeah, I'm done.
Thanks very much indeed, mate.
Great to
Thanks
see
for
you, mate.
joining
Take
us.
care.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.